The moment I got the call, something inside me shifted. My ex's husband had crossed a line I could never ignore, threatening my kids. I had spent months deployed overseas, counting down every second until I could breathe my own air again. Yet here I was, hearing that my children were in danger. My stomach tightened, a cold clarity settling over me. I knew exactly what I had to do. I didn't react with panic, and I didn't call the authorities just yet. I needed a plan, a presence of mind, and enough force behind my actions to make sure nobody underestimated me. I stepped off the plane in silence, letting the hum of the airport fade into background noise. Every thought was focused on home, on the little ones who were counting on me without even knowing it. The world had trained me to handle chaos, to make quick decisions under pressure, but nothing could prepare me for the anger that simmered quietly beneath my calm exterior. I walked through customs like a man who already knew the next steps, who already envisioned the confrontation that would unfold. Every soldier around me seemed unaware of the storm I carried within. My children's safety wasn't a situation to debate or negotiate. It was a responsibility I had vowed to uphold, a promise etched into every decision I had ever made. Pulling into the driveway, I surveyed the house from the car, noting the subtle signs of unease that I had learned to read over the years. The windows, the cars in the driveway, the faint shadows moving inside, it all told a story. I stepped out, feeling the weight of my unit at my back, each man a silent acknowledgement that we were ready. There was no hesitation. There never would be. We moved in as a unit, quietly, deliberately. My presence alone wasn't enough this time. The stakes were higher, the danger real. I could see the tension ripple through the house before we even made it to the front door. The new husband had no idea what he was about to face. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to threaten. Every step we took, every shadow cast by my men behind me, was a statement. We were here, and there was no room for intimidation. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of fear and misplaced confidence. He had assumed my absence made him untouchable, that threats could be tossed like casual remarks without consequence. But he had underestimated more than my resolve. He had underestimated the bond one had with my children, the years of commitment, the depth of what it meant to protect them at any cost. My kids were my world, my compass, and any harm to them was a line that could never be crossed. I called them together calmly, my voice steady, unwavering. No dramatics, no unnecessary displays, just the weight of authority and certainty. They looked at me, wide-eyed, trusting, and I knew in that moment that everything I had endured overseas, every hardship, every sleepless night, had prepared me for this. I wasn't here to fight recklessly. I was here to reclaim peace, to assert the safety that was theirs by right, to make sure the threat was dismantled before it had touched them. He stepped forward, trying to posture, trying to project control, but the room told a different story. My unit flanked silently, the air heavy with unspoken understanding. He realized almost immediately that words alone wouldn't intimidate me. Not now, not ever. The confrontation was brief, almost surreal. He tried to speak, tried to assert dominance, but the calm in my eyes and the quiet strength of my men spoke louder than any threat he could muster. I didn't raise my voice, didn't flinch. Every syllable he uttered felt smaller against the weight of certainty that filled the room. My children watched, wide-eyed, witnessing a lesson far more powerful than any lecture I could give. That protection isn't always loud, that strength often comes in silence, and that their safety was absolute. After a tense few moments, he realized the truth. He was no longer the one in control. Every plan, every threat, every attempt to intimidate dissolved under gravity of what I represented, unwavering authority and uncompromising loyalty to my family. I didn't need to punish him physically, and I didn't need to humiliate him. His fear was enough, his recognition of what he had attempted, enough. I gathered my kids, holding them close, feeling their heartbeat match mine in a rhythm of relief and safety. My presence, my unit, the quiet resolve I carried, none of it had been for show. It had been necessary. We left the house that day knowing the threat had been neutralized, that the balance of power had shifted irrevocably. My children didn't have to understand the details. They just knew they were safe. Later, I thought about the weight of being a parent, of being protector. There's no room for hesitation, no space for doubt. When someone threatens the people you love most, calm resolve and calculated action matter far more than anger or emotion. That night, as I watched my kids sleep peacefully, I realized something fundamental. Safety isn't given. It's claimed, defended, and protected with every fiber of your being. And I would never let them face danger alone again.